Hello and welcome back to your East vs. Trails in the Sky Alternative Saga character overviews. Today we're going to be talking about Olivier. If you are interested in a zoner hit and run character that also sort of works up close with mid to long range, with a hard, almost weird learning difficulty that has great range, good burst damage, good with SP, and immunity to flash guard, this might be your character. We're going to go ahead and go into free mode like we usually do. And we'll just go right at it. As usual, I'll go ahead and preface that as the game is going to change from 30 FPS to 60 FPS, and that I'm not exactly the best player, any combos I show may not be true or may not be optimal. So, just keep that in mind as we showcase what's going on with Olivier here. Olivier is a very weird character. As such, even though he's technically a zoner, we don't call him a zoner, instead call him a skill spammer, which the name suggests what it means, but we'll discuss what it means later, in depth. But, we're gonna go ahead and talk about his moves. Olivier is one of the worst characters in the game. However, he can quickly spam his way to victory once he gets a lot of SP. He just needs the SP to get that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the ground attack, which is his basic projectile. As you can see right here, it repeats and it has a bit of homing. So you can be turned the wrong way and it'll just move toward the opponent. So you can just kind of shoot it a little bit and it kind of just do it for you a little bit, not too much though. It's not bad for poking, but it's kind of just alright due to its alright speed. Has poor vertical range, which is not great for air approaches. But yeah, it's just an okay poke. While moving, the bullet will actually do less damage on hit. But if you stand still, it'll do more. It's kind of fast, but also kind of not. It's weird. Next, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the charge attack, which is the weirdest attack in the game, by far. Because this move technically puts him in the air for a moment. You can see that he's doing a little jump. This is the only move in the game that cannot be walk cancelled. However, it is one of, if not the strongest charge attack in terms of SP gain, because it gives 31 SP. It does not count as a range attack, so I believe it can be flash guarded, though I'm not actually too sure on that one. Because this charge attacks are so central to a character's setup, even though his kit makes him a zoner, this makes him have to play rushdown almost. So he's just extremely weird because this only hits like super close. And he doesn't have like a bunch of stuff to come off of it. And it's just a really awkward move. But because it like is a good combo starter, it almost like is a good move. It's like you almost want to use it a lot because of it. But yeah, it can be cancelled like all grounded charge attacks, but he's considered to be airborne. But it means it's also impossible to cancel into an extra skill unless you have the medallion that lets you do EX skills in the air. So it's very awkward. I do believe you can cancel his charge attack into an EX if he jump cancels it at a specific timing, but it's iffy. Yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and go to the rising attack, which is kind of mid. And it's actually harder to hit with the homing version. So, well, like, if you can actually like space it out correctly, it'll work. But like, obviously, if you just jump and do it, it's not gonna hit as well. Actually, I lied. It actually does hit a little bit better, more consistently almost. has tall range. Okay. It's a very weird move, that's for sure. Its short range makes it pretty hard to use defensively as an air-to-air. It sometimes whiffs when doing a homing dash. He can't really capitalize off it because the only option he has out of this is Enfeeble, which is one of his skills, which isn't even that strong. It's gonna be the Enfeeble right here. Hold on. I'm trying to like showcase it. No, like that. This move is not combo potential. It is very bad. And let's go ahead and talk about the falling attack, which is the same as the ground attack. And it's I believe it's a little bit, no, it's the same power. Its fire rate is faster, but it does not it does not do any sort of homing, so it's not as good as you might imagine. It's like I'm trying to do the falling attack. There we go. It's interesting for sure. It does actually. You actually fall indefinitely if you have Sherazard as a support active, but it doesn't really do much. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to do this. That move's hard to even get out anyways as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the skills. Let's get to Quick Draw. This move is kind of just okay. It's 4 quick pokes. The first hit, I believe, draws in. Actually, I believe most of the hits actually can draw in. It's... I believe it's a thing of... Projectiles are weird, man. I can't exactly tell why, but... It might be the way the projectiles are hitting them. Anyways, it hits 4 times. It's a decent poke, but it's not actually too great. Let's go ahead and talk about Enfeeble, though, which actually is a pretty good skill. It's gonna hit a few times. It's a very fast skill. Hits 2 times, and it lowers defense. It's very, very fast. It tracks the opponent's position, which makes one of his like only anti-airs. And it's also one of his only combo extenders, and also becomes better as a combo extender with Burst Embargo. And can be used to reset cooldowns and other skills because its low duration is very notable, as you can see. You can like crush stuff pretty fast. Obviously it's up to, and it's also not good at doing that much damage. But you can see that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other skills, which... Honestly, only some of them were kind of good. We have Chaos Brand, Sniper Shot, Howling Bullet, and Homing Brand. We'll go ahead and get right back in. Let ourselves get the maximum stuff. And Chaos Brand. Has a very long windup, which I mean it's gonna take a bit to actually like activate. On a hit, it will inflict confusion because of that, the opponent's controls are gonna get reversed, which is gonna mess them up a bit, which might lead you to being able to get something sneaky on them. Looks like if you shoot off the edge of us, off the edge of something, is not as easy to hit. In fact, actually, it's slower. That's weird. Anyways, yeah, it's just pretty good for inflicting confusion. The air version is, as you can see, it has to hit the ground first. But yeah, it's alright. Let's go ahead and talk about Sniper Shot. This one is just a really good poke that will send opponents away. it will shoot straight ahead, so it does not point down automatically. I believe so, anyways. If it can, I don't know how. But let's go ahead and go to Howling Bullet. Yeah, the last move was a pretty good poke, but it doesn't actually do too much combo-wise. But you can combo into it, but not out of. Howling Bullet is probably one of his most important skills because it has natural hard armor and has high damage on hit. He's encouraged to spam this skill when it's possible, but it's kind of slow, so you have to be careful. So let's go ahead and use it. It does a fair bit of damage. He's fully armored whenever he does it, but it can be awkward. Yeah, I believe the startup has a hit, the main hit, and then there's like some small projectiles that follow the move. You can do like a good 1,300 with it. So yeah, by that principle, it's a very strong move for him. And finally, we got Homing Ray, which is kind of similar to Howling Bullet, so it's going to be kind of just as important. The main difference is that this shoots 6 homing projectiles, which can do more damage if all of them land, but it's slower and expensive. So it's kind of just stronger. And you just have to be a bit more careful with it. If you shoot it up close, you're probably guaranteed to get every single hit. Or at least most of them, that's for sure. Something like a Homing Ray into Howling Bullet, which that's not real game, not often, but there's that. Let's go ahead and talk about the extra skill, which is Requiem Hearts. This is gonna hit multiple times, and its hits are pretty strong. It causes a hard knockdown, so you can do combos if you'd like. You can do quite a lot of it off of his extra skill. It's pretty decent. His extra skill can be turned whenever it's being used. The first few hits are kind of low-ish range, but the final hit should like go across the screen. Let me go ahead and take a look at its other quirks. It's like kind of weird. It works mostly as a combo extender because he can only really combo into it after a dashing charge attack. However, it does cause a hard knockdown, so he can get a combo off of the charge attack or some skills to catch the opponent off guard. Yeah, he doesn't really have much that would make him like a really good character. In my opinion, of course, take it with a grain of salt. Your lists are opinionated. He, in my opinion, is not that good. But if you get into a position with SP that you are able to spam your skills, he becomes very good. Because once you're able to spam his skills, he's good. It's just, he doesn't have the resources to get to that point when his charge attack is this. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about supports that is good for him. One example is Reese, or Kevin. Both of them are good because they kind of do the same thing of either you get a bunch of SP and now it's super high and now it can just start spamming shit, or if you're playing with Reese, it lasts for 30 seconds and you'll get a total of 260 SP. So it's pretty good, both of them. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other supports real quick. But those are the two that immediately come to mind. He is such a weird character. I think his damage output is fine, so I actually would not necessarily recommend these two. I mean, you can use them if you want, but that's not the point. You can use Sheriff if you want to stall in the air more with like your falling aerial, but that's like also kind of redundant. He doesn't have too many multi-hits, but this Campanella can work. Yurio and Chris can be good for breaking shields. Because he can do it from a distance with it, so it can be pretty good. But I really do recommend Kevin and Reese the most. His extra skill is alright. If you want to run Fiend and Ray or Sigrun, you can. I'd also kind of recommend Elena with him, because he can actually farm some SP that way. Yes, you can just farm SP with these two, but with her you can do it, and I guess with your charge attacks and possibly make a combo. So there is something with that. Let's go ahead and talk about his many faults, because he's got a lot. Let's start with the fact that he has very weak neutral. His toolkit is so anti-synergetic that playing at most ranges is pretty uncomfortable for him. He has lackluster SP gain. Even though his charge attack gives so much SP, he just can't get in, and his charge attack can't land. And his mobility isn't even that good too. He's very vertically challenged, because outside of Enfeeble, that has a homing projectile effect, and alongside his bigger moves, he has no anti-airs and cannot really control what's above or below him. For people that are running accessories, he has issues with limited customization. Even though he has a high AP, due to the fact that his kit is so anti-synergetic, you can't really settle on good accessories that cover his whole kit. And then finally, he's very assist reliant. For running his game plans, he usually needs his assist much more so than characters like Agate, who I also deemed assist reliant. So without an assist, in my opinion, he's one of the worst characters in the game. But yeah, I believe that Olivier, even though I keep mentioning that he's not exactly that great, I think he has a lot of potential, and if you are able to get the momentum that he needs to work, then you can play him. But for now, if this video made you want to play Olivier, that is exactly the point, and I'm glad that you watched through it. And if you watch through this whole thing, you think, I don't actually want to play Olivier, I want to thank you anyways for watching through the video, and if you like, comment, or subscribe, that'll help get it out to the algorithm. So thank you for watching, and if you're excited to see other videos coming out soon, which they will, do as I said, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you later.